my parents' front tree in the front yard had a bunch of butterflies.
Not the butterflies, bro.
I know, dude. They would like they would all like chill on my parents' like big tree in the front. So yo de chiquillo, I would hunt them, right? And I'd grab it and I would just look at it, because they're all fucking helpless because they can't fly. So they're just like trying to get out of the way. And I was just like and I was like dude, I would take off every limb, bro. Like every limb and their antennas too. Like PETA is like punching the air right now. But yeah, dude, I was a fucked up little kid. Like poor butterfly, dude. Yeah. I killed so many butterflies. Dude. They probably have a memorial in their little butterfly cities, bro. Like of all the ones that I killed.
Nah, I remember like my cousin was like, "I see a trick. Like juntamos un chingo de like worms."
Like worms?
Yeah. And then I was like, just playing with them. Y salió este güey con un salero. And he's like, no, I fucking worms. Just like, oh, la verga, güey. Like, dying and shit. They're like squirmy. I was like, why are they turning green?
Okay, I killed my buddy. That was torture, bro.
I was like, oh shit, they're dancing. Uno chiquillo, güey. Like, oh shit, dancing. Échale más, güey. Like,
they're like, doing on this. No, he released this on Tuesday.
Are you okay?
I'm not.
You sound so down. I thought you were.
Well, we were talking about this before, but I have a migraine, so right now it just feels like in there.
Could it be allergies, maybe?
I don't know. The older you get, you realize that your body just gives up on you. Like I realize that. I've been realizing that, like, low key, I'm kind of going deaf. I've told you that. Have you noticed?
No. Yeah.
I'll be like, get. And I have to get
you always
closer.
told me that, so I'm like.
So low key going deaf. Everything hurts all the time.
You can't see.
Can't see.
You can't smell.
I can't smell.
You can only taste.
I'm like, wait a minute. Chicobi.
I'm like, that's the only one that matters, to be honest. If I couldn't taste, I wouldn't be like happy.
Yeah, to be honest. But yeah, your body stops giving up on you, or starts giving up on you. See, like I've been having those moments too, where like my words just don't come out anymore. Like they're just kind of like thrown out there. Like there's no you have to like I don't put them in order. Like you, the listener, has to figure out the order. You know what I mean? You're like, wait, oh, I know what you're saying, but it didn't make sense. You know? What I mean? Yeah. So yeah, the older you get, the more you realize your body's just gonna give up on you.
Well, it's because you're going to sleep at 3 a.m.
No, I fell asleep yesterday at before 12. Swear.
What time you woke up?
Oh, I woke up at 8.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But compared to a whole week of like...
Well, that's not my fault. Sometimes we go to sleep late because of gigs, namely, and then... me on TikTok. No. Which isn't my fault.
Okay.
It's the app's fault. It's their badass algorithm, so they just kind of know what to do in order to keep you on there consistently, so. How are you, bitch?
No, I'm fucked up too, I'm just saying,
Oh. Yeah, well, I just have like this migraine, so if I sound a little down, it's just because I'm dying internally. Like, it's just like...
I have migraine too.
Yeah, and you went to the gym like that.
I was dying.
I didn't go to the gym for that reason.
Fucking
I mean,
sucks.
I had other reasons too,
like,
but that was the main.
always happens because I will send me that competition thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, le voy a echar ganas. And then this morning I woke up, I'm like, so pinche.
Yeah, I'm not used to getting migraines, but this one like legit feels like it's behind me, just punching my eye from the back. Like, just fucking. It feels like Rocky's training behind my eye right now, like it's going hard. So. Kiwi.
That's funny. Oh. I can just imagine, like. Fucking Sylvester Stallone just like...
Fucking, how he hits like the... What is it? He hits like the big meat Like pork?
Oh, I thought it was a cow.
Or is it cows?
Seen
They're
it?
like frozen. That's
Yeah.
how he's training. Like, oh, shit, that's the original gym, dude. You just fucking
Your job.
your job. That's a motherfucker at HEB just fucking hitting the meats.
Some guys like, dude, this meat slaps. Like, está bien, like, what's the word?
Tender?
Yeah, it's like real suave, you know?
Have you ever done that thing where you're going through the meat aisle and you slap like the big ground beef? I feel like we've all done
I do that to everything, to be honest.
Like rice. I did that to rice.
Yeah,
The beans.
rice,
Just fucking-
watermelons, los papayas. You're just like...
Watermelons. Yeah. Like, you're not even going to buy one, but you're just like... Mm.
You ever do a thing at
Stick.
Fiesta? Whenever, you know, they have like a... It's not a basket, but you can like scoop out rice into your own bag.
I do it with the beans. I know exactly
And
what
then
you're
you
talking
just,
about. It's funny because like as a kid, you just touched everything.
Yeah.
Like for no fucking reason, you know.
Like I feel like without vaccines, it would be very hard to survive as a kid. You know.
Well, some people think unvaccinated just means like you'll be okay, I guess. But that's true. Like kids touch everything.
Yeah.
Dude. Like I would legit like look for the thing with all the beans. That's why they say wash your shit when you get home. Like don't just go ahead and cook it. Like I'll tell you right now.
Some kid was like, "Wachoo," and then
and it was like, because I used to do that all the time. I would like scoop it, and I was like, it's just the satisfying feeling of putting your hand in something, you know, like, whoa, sus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do that all the time. You know, quick story. There was a store way back in the day before when Fort Worth, you know, is a lot bigger now. But back then, you know where that thrift outlet is, right next to the Planet Fitness on Ephraim? That used to be a store. I don't know if you were around back then. That thrift place used to
I
be
know
like
what
this big grocery store.
Okay.
So I remember back then, yo todo chiquillo, my mom would take me and stuff. And I would go in there. And there was like you've probably seen it at other stores, but they have like a section where you can buy candy, but like in bulk.
Right.
Like they have them on big plastic things, and then you open it and you can put them in big bags, and that's how you purchase them. I think they weigh them, and that because I've never bought it that way. But point is, yo de chiquillo, I would go there, and I was always thinking that was my favorite store because I thought that candy was free.
Still.
So I would go because it's like a little lever.
Yeah.
So I would just be like, and then the whole time just eating like M&Ms and fucking Skittles, gummy
The
worms.
security guard looking at you in the camera like, like
Nobody ever stopped me, you know. Like if nobody stops you or tells you, "Hey," you know,
Yeah.
like you're gonna keep doing it. So every single time I went back to the store, like that's what I would do. I just like
your mom didn't stop you.
My mom was like probably shopping. My mom wasn't.
Your
like,
mom's like waiting the tomatoes. Is like,
she looks over like she's like, I don't want to deal with this ass. Like, déjalo, you know. But nobody stopped me, so that's why I would keep doing it. And I just always thought that was the free candy store.
you're a delinquent.
Yeah, that's probably why it closed down. It's not around anymore. So many little kids just fucking siphoning off all the candy profits.
Someone got salmonella and this shit.
Maybe I don't know. Point is, we touched too many things when we were at the store.
Yeah.
To this day,
I mean, as
I'm
little
just
kids, you're sucking on that Cheeto for like 2 days, you know.
kids are the worst, dude. You give them one Cheeto and it lasts 4 years.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
You're
it's
like,
all crusty.
it's
you know-
all,
They have like you know how a kid's dirty because they have the Cheeto around their mouth, but they also have dirt on the edges of the Cheeto. You know what I mean? Like it's a combination of both.
yeah,
Like,
like un moco
dirt.
colgando. and shit. Those are kids, man. Like, you know, like kids are gross. They'll like shit on something and then they're like, this is fine.
and they're barefoot.
Yeah.
And there's like the kids that only have the pañal on.
And there's some kids that like licking shit. So you turn around, they're like licking your dog. You're like, get the fuck out of the dog, you know?
Or they found like the most random shit on the ground and they're just like sucking on it. And you're like,
they try to grab something, like something dangerous and
yeah.
shit. They're like running with like that video of that kid is like, what do you have in your hand? A knife.
A knife.
He's like, no.
No. It's exactly what it is. I'm so excited to be at that.
Being a parent is so hard, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. Because like we're the worst. We really are the worst. I never claimed to be a good person, you know. Like as a kid, I know we were doing stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to CharroBeans podcast.
Right. A Mariachi podcast.
A Mariachi podcast. How are you guys doing? It's been a good time. Like I said, my brain's not working properly. Sylvester Stallone is still hitting the shit out of my eye right now. But we're gonna try to make do. We both have migraines. So do you still feel yours?
Sure. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I had a Tylenol, so
I took a nap.
You took a nap before this?
No. Like,
oh, it was a while back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of helped, but still, once I started going through my day, it's just like...
Yeah. It sucks. It's not fun. So we're going to try our best to get through this next hour with you guys.
There's like a beat in my head. It's just like...
But yeah, we appreciate you guys coming back. We had a good response to the episode where we came back, man. We had a lot of plays, which I was very excited about because I didn't know if people would come back. To be honest, to be like, nah, I don't care. But it's just cool to again. Yeah, it's just cool to see that people, tune back in. Still watching the YouTube, still streaming on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we appreciate all that. But yeah, as we move forward, that's kind of what we're gonna do. Last week there wasn't too much about Mariachi because, to be honest, we were just catching you guys up because I feel like a lot happened since the last time that we had done the show. So for us going forward, yeah, we're just gonna talk about our experiences going forward again. And if we got off topic, you already know how it is, dude. They already know. You know what I mean? If you've been around for the last 53 episodes, you already know what goes down here, right?
You know what we're about.
Which isn't much.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, but we've been working. For me, it felt good to. We didn't have too much work. Is that just kind of how it's gonna be right now, or what? It's the end of summer. Summer's officially over. We're moving towards the fall, which I'm super excited about because, I know that the weather's going to change, which I'm not sure when at this point. Because August is always the hottest month of the year.
I thought it was July.
It is August. August is always like a combination of summer with fall because also it rained a lot last week. So we had a lot of humidity in the air. So it just felt like a sauna outside. It's not fun, So as we look forward, I'm looking forward to the fall, dude. I'm trying to wear cute sweaters and jackets, and I feel like I look cuter in the cold time, Is that not? No, you're a hot person, right? Like you like the when it's hot.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn.
Yeah, we're coming on strong right now, bro. But yeah, right? Like you like
I like hot.
You like the heat?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I thrive there. I don't know.
So you liked right now that the gigs are hot?
I don't mind. I'm not dying like you. I'm just kind of like...
My forehead is just like killing it right now because it's just like, it's kind of like Arturo.
Arturo sweats for everything.
He really does.
We're inside in a nice air conditioned weather, and I look over, this guy's like listening. Like you see a little sweat drop. I'm like...
No, it's sweat drops, like plural.
Oh.
Because he's always going like this, like to wipe his forehead. It is a lot. It's a lot of sweat.
I think it's just because, he has to get very excited because he has to talk, he has to sing and stuff.
You think that's
so? I feel like his heart rate is just like...
I have a high heart rate, but that's probably like blood pressure.
I think, but you're chilling most of the time,
What do you mean?
We stand very still, you and me,
Yeah, that's true.
We're not very like active. Like we're probably like doing a lot up here.
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah.
But Arturo's like moving here, singing stuff, or like, and like when it comes to dancing, him and Don Mike are always dancing. They're always
whole time.
They're always been active.
You're right.
So I guess that makes sense. But I'm like, dude, come on, it's like 60 degrees in this.
It still gets hot though. Just because there's AC at a place doesn't mean that it's not hot though. But
it'll be fresh, and he'll still sweat.
I can't relate fully to that. Cause it also has to do with your body mass, I think.
But Arturo's not a big guy.
I know, but maybe he has more insulation in his body than you do. So like,
I think we weigh about the same.
His fat deposits are like heating his body more than yours. Not saying it's fat or anything, but I'm saying like he personally feels harder because there's people like that that just run. Like, okay, let me ask you this: do you fall asleep with the fan on?
Yeah.
Can you sleep without it?
Mm-hmm.
You can sleep without it. Yeah, I can't.
Mm.
Like, there'll be nights where like my wife low key turns it off, and I walk into the room and I'm like, "Fuck is this shit? Turn on the fan," you know? Because like I can't sleep without it. The only time I'll sleep without it is if I'm already asleep and then I wake up and it's hot as shit. You know, like when you wake up and there's like you can see like the outline of your sweat.
What?
That's a joke.
That's disgusting.
But it does feel hot. Like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get up and you're just like, oh, like you ever fall asleep with jeans on? Like on accident or on purpose?
No, on accident.
On accident, right? Like you're always
I fall
hot.
asleep with my traje on, but that's another story.
Huh? Why? Oh. Why did you just... Oh.
I hope that was off camera.
Because, yeah, like, to fall asleep in a traje, it's not comfortable. The first thing I do when I walk in is get naked.
Sit down.
Oh. So you woke up, like, still jingling from the...
like, my thighs are all, like, marcados with the little...
With the... Oh, well, on the inside of yours has shoelace, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's... Can you feel the shoelace? Like,
no.
Oh, no? Okay.
No, but still. I need a new black traje.
I need
if anybody knows about a good sastre, let me know, please.
Yeah, because I think I haven't had a new one, like, in 4 years.
Me, just because the last guy I got it with, like, it wasn't very high quality.
Yeah.
Or medium quality, to be honest.
It's funny because, like...
thing's coming apart. The only good thing that came from that traje was the shoelace, you know. Those things are not coming up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not coming up at all. Like,
my first traje was actually from this, like... my first traje wasn't even a traje. It was, like, pants. Yeah. Like, some lady made me some pants.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, and then I got the gala from Mariachi connection, and I was like...
Yeah, shitty.
And then you can see the gala is kind of like...
You can tell they're shitty when they're not lined up properly. Because I had the hubcaps, the Sol Azteca,
right?
Galas, and I didn't know. I mean, I was just starting out. I think a lot of us are like that. So I just had some lady literally made me pants. Like she told me bring the material and I'll make them for you. So I did that, and she sewed them on, but they kept breaking all the time because they were just sewed on. Like they weren't, like a real traje usually has like a shoelace in the middle. Or they're tied around a little bit tighter and stuff, so that way they actually hold. But this lady didn't do that. So like every week, my mom was sewing the ones that broke, and sometimes it wasn't even the hilo that the lady did. It's the fact that the connection trajes suck.
Yeah,
the galas like would break with. I would sit down and it was like pop, like pop. I mean I was thick too, so like you know what I mean. So like the expansion of my thigh would break the galas. You know what I mean?
Galas are like the Spider-Man on the train.
Yeah. Holding both sides. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And there were even times where like the metal piece where the little circle is to tie them would break off. So there's nothing else to hold on. So I was super glue 'em. There was no other way to make it hold. So I would just glue it with super glue. And then that would break, so then it was just like a flap. It looked like a little door.
Yeah, I was pretty chimuelo with those galas too. Yeah. I remember. Like,
do you still have them?
Nah, fuck no. I don't even know what happened to them.
My brother apparently uses some. Yeah. They fit because obviously back then I was a little bit more my brother's size, not so much now. But shit. Yeah, like
what happened to mine? Because I still have the ones.
It's like a relic of time.
The ones before my traje. Before the traje that I have now, I had the traje with the aguilas and stuff with the eagles. Right. I still have that traje.
This stuff fit you?
Nah, hell no.
No?
No, wait. You see this, bro? Like my thighs used to be like this back then.
Yeah,
like
most
nomás era el hueso, you know.
It's funny because most people didn't know who you are or were like in those times with like listeners. But yeah, like we don't stress this enough. But like Victor was like very skinny,
I was borderline like, what's the word? Malnourished.
It's true, dude. Like
I don't know why. Like I ate a lot, you know. Like,
dude, okay, so what was your diet like back then?
Maruchan.
Really?
I mean, same as today, you know. Like como mi huevito, el arroz, frijol, pozole, menudo.
Do you think?
And at that time I used to eat a lot of Maruchan. I don't know if that's a fact.
Yeah.
I think I just grew up and then.
Oh, I think part of it is puberty because you do go through changes like in your body.
I know in high school it was because I would run a lot and play soccer. I was a very active kid. You know.
But I do feel like even after high school, like you start I don't know how it is for women. I can't speak for women, but you start like as a guy. I realize that you kind of go into your like adult body.
Right.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Embarnizar.
Embarnizar. I
Yeah.
thought that was varnish.
No, like urbanizando is like, you know, like when a tree grows, right? It starts as a little plant. It starts a little plant, and then it grows its bark, right?
Around, yeah, that's how you know it's an older tree
Yeah.
because it's got the bark.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's called when you grow up and you start like your frame gets a little bit bigger. You start getting like facial hair. You start getting
okay. Because I mean, you go through early stages of puberty, or like you're actually going through puberty, like middle school to high school.
Yeah.
But I feel like after high school, you actually morph into what is your adult body.
Yeah, because you're still growing until you're like 21.
It depends.
Well, it depends, but that's the average, you know.
Because a lot of people will say like, yeah, like after high school or even like in college, that you look different, and it's like, well, yeah, it's because you're kind of programmed to do that. Like you're not gonna. I don't think I'll ever look like myself in high school. Not that I want to, but like you'll never look like yourself.
Yeah, because you still have like little traces of being a kid, you know.
Yeah,
like
you're closer to being a kid.
Like
than
you
adult.
still have your eyes that still have like that
hopes and dreams.
Yeah, you know. And then life, little by little, just like
it's just beating you down.
You know, it stay down. You know, it's just like
you know, it's like I don't know if you've seen that one, but it's like a gang initiation, I think. And there is, it's like, let him get up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then like you have that small glimmer of hope with something you're doing. They're like, let him get up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just beat you down again, man. But yeah, that's very true. I guess I didn't really realize that. Because I'm saying because my brother's been using that traje because he doesn't have an actual like full-on traje. So I think he just like 90% of my brother's wardrobe is like my old clothes. Pobrecito. But like he since he had been like barely starting to gig like out here in Dallas, he didn't have a traje, so he used my old black pants, and I can tell that they're mine because I look at them and I'm like, and like it looks like a train wreck, you know. There's no like the galas are all over the place and shit. But point is, yeah, he's been using them, and I'm just thinking like, damn, like I was really that size around that time, and it kind of hits you like, damn, like either you're like I'm fat or like I'm ugly, like
right, or both.
Life is just like, you know. But it's also because, like I said, like you kind of morph into your adult body the older you get. So yeah, you'll for almost certainly you're never gonna be that size. So I feel like when you work out and stuff, it's more to be healthy and you want to feel better. Because at the same time, like
work out to not kill myself, right? No,
whoa.
Yeah, haven't seen that meme. No, okay, cool.
No, I haven't seen that one. What is it?
Yeah, that's like. It's like, or like the other one is like, so you work out because like you're gonna be healthy. It's like, no, I want to look cool and have sex. And he's like, but you don't want to be healthy. He's like, no, I just want to look cool and have sex.
Oh yeah. I saw that TikTok.
It's
yeah,
like, but because you're healthy, right? It's like,
yeah,
whatever.
No, I just want to look cool and have sex. No, it's funny. But yeah. How did we get on that? Trajes. Yeah, just oh yeah, I'm trying to get a new traje. But yeah, I need one because you can tell my gala is like at least 3 years old because it's all like you know when you get it, it's all shiny and it's all reflective.
Yeah, yours is like stone, bro. Like
yeah, they look like a relic of time.
Están bien pardos. Like.
Yeah, they're not shiny at all anymore. They just kind of look like.
But I think you can clean that, no?
Maybe, but I don't have the time, dude.
Con chile limón.
I did do that once. I cleaned galas with Valentina.
Yeah.
Like I just like. Is it because it's acidic?
I think so. Like it breaks down whatever is on top.
The only thing I didn't like is that I did make my pants smell like Valentina, like hot sauce.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Sure. So I had to spray it with like cologne, and the cologne didn't so much cover the smell, but like mix with it. So it was like cologne and Valentina together. So I smelled funky as hell.
That's great.
It's not cool.
No, I just need a new traje, man. That thing's falling apart.
Yeah.
Like, there's little strands just like... I don't know how it's staying together at this point, to be honest.
And it sucks because like, there aren't a lot of places to get one like in the US.
A good one.
Like a good one, yeah.
Because there is like Mariachi warehouse. And not to roast them like quemarlos, but I've tried getting a traje from that guy. Like, he just leaves me on red.
It just depends. Like you do have. Well, what I'm saying is, it makes it difficult to find one.
Yeah.
Like because either lack of communication, or they can, like you hit up someone from Mexico and they're like, "Oh, I can't ship to the U.S." So it's like, well, shit. Like, where am I supposed to get one? You know? Because I think my last one came from some dude in Juarez, and I only got it because someone else was getting one. So I was like, "Hey, can you order me one too?" But if I hadn't had that conversation with that person, like I would still have the old traje, which that one. Mine, for any, I have the thighs of a woman. So, like, for any woman out there, or like my wife, when we walk, our thighs touch. So, like, mine wore out from the middle. So, like, my old traje was literally, like, all worn all the way through. By the end of it, you could see my thigh, like, poking out. So, like, I couldn't sit at a gig, like, you know, with my legs open a little bit because they're going to be like,
or you wore like black underwear.
Well, sometimes my underwear is not that long.
Tidy whities.
Nah, my dad wears those. I feel like.
Why are you outing like your dad like that? Your dad's like, cabrón.
No, it's because I've noticed a lot of Mexican dads wear like tidy whities. I used to wear those,
yeah, until they came here.
And they were we all okay.
They
so
were like tri boxers.
Our as boys. I think we go through tidy whities, and then we go to boxers, like regular boxers. Then we go to boxer briefs, and I think the next step is back to tidy whities. Because I see more people like, well, I don't know, like Mexican dads always are wearing like tidy whities, and then diapers again. Damn, that goes hard, bro.
Circle of life.
The circle of life, bro. Because you start in diapers and you end up in diapers. Dang, the day I start shitting myself, that's gonna be sad as fuck.
Or ya que no llegas, like, you know?
Yeah.
You're like running to a restroom, you're like,
me cae.
Like, someone else walks in there like, huele a rancho aquí, you know? Like, you're like, no.
Where that from? No, but I mean, for sure, I'm gonna try to get traje for sure as soon as possible.
Yeah. So if you guys know anyone,
if you guys know anyone,
you know, hit me up.
Yeah, because we need some trajes. At a reasonable price too. I think the most expensive traje for a simple ass traje, someone like quoted me like $500, and I was like, for a simple black traje, like just simple gala and a 3-piece, like that's it. Five bills. I was like, shit.
Not even like some botas or like cinturón. Because I gotta order like everything, dude. Like, I need new boots. I need a new cinto. That cinto's falling apart.
Cintos are like if you get a one de pita, it's like $250 at least.
Which I'm
Botines run you about like $70-$80.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it takes a lot of money just to get started in mariachi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much you're spending on a traje, or depending on what group you go into. There are some that make you like buy the trajes of the group that you're playing in. Because I mean, we're kind of fortunate. Oh, we don't use them anymore. But back when I got started in this group, I think we had like 5 trajes or something like that, and they were all owned by the boss. So he just kind of let me borrow them, and then when we stopped using them, I just kind of like gave them back. But there are people that like will charge you for every single one of those trajes, and if each one is like $500, it's like $2,000. Fuck,
it's a lot.
That's a lot of money, and then you haven't even played a gig yet. Like shit.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't pay if I were to join a group and they're like, yeah, this, like, we need this track and this track. I'd be like, well, I mean, hold on, you know, like I'm trying it out first, you know. Like, I think it's not a very good decision if you go into a group and you start buying all the suits. What if you don't like it or something happens and you're like, I'm out?
Which I've seen before too, like where guys will last like 3 months in a group, and it's like, if you didn't think you were gonna be in there in the long run, why even go through the process?
Mm-hmm. You know, so if you don't plan on staying, like, because I've had a guy like wanted to send me some suits, and I'm like, I'm only here for a good time, bro. You know, like,
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Is that like, you want me to like settle down? Like,
you want me to commit? Like,
don't you know I'm a hoe? Like,
like, I'm going with another group after this, dude.
They're like, what?
I can come tomorrow because I'm helping on another group. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You know, we get a lot of questions like that.
What?
Like, yeah, like I asked my jefe is mad at me because I helped another group.
Shouldn't we cover that in the Charro chat?
No, yeah, but just in general.
Oh.
Like, that is a thing, dude. Is it? You think it's like a jealousy thing?
I think it's just like, well, it depends. Because I think the message he sent us is because he was going to miss gigs with his, like.
But if you ask, you know what I mean? Like, beforehand, I think it's okay. Like, if they said it was okay. I guess we can talk about that later. But point is, it takes a lot to do, a lot to be in a group, for sure. A lot of money, because you got to spend on the traje and then the instrument. The thing that I hate is when, like, a dude pays a lot for, like, their traje will cost more than their instrument. Have you seen that before? Like, they have a super nice traje, but then, like, they have a very shitty vihuela. I've seen, like, that too many times. Or they have a very bad guitarron. Like, for example, that one guitarron that we saw that has, like, duct tape all over it. Like, it was already not a good guitarron. It's one of those Lucida China ones. And I think he, like, duct taped it together. Like, you kind of have to present yourself at the...
I think that's just for people that are trying to work, no matter what they sound or present.
Like, they're just trying to show up and gig.
They're just trying to get paid, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, like, it was a shitty job, but I finished it. You know, I did it.
Because at some point, you got to be like, I want to sound good. I don't want to just...
I don't think that's their goal.
Do you think that doesn't go through their head? Like, people that just show up and they're just like, vale madre.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's so sad.
I think that's the thing, yeah.
Because, like, yeah, sometimes I feel unmotivated and I don't want to gig or this and that. But at the same time, I know that, like, I'm still there doing my job, you know? So, like...
Well, I still know that I could get fired, you know? Like...
Oh, that's true,
besides that, like, yeah, doing a shitty job, it's not very... Because at least in with us, you see everybody kind of, like, doing their part. Mm-hmm. And when you start fucking up, you fuck someone else up. Because I know, like, Arturo... and Arturo and Miguel are constantly listening for, like, what I do. So, like, you know, when we come back to, like, the intro, I do, like, a scale to go back in.
Oh, to kind of, like, signal
and sometimes, if I don't do it, they're kind of, like... and they come in, like, atravesados, you know? Because they're like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're just trying to, like, make it work. Mm-hmm. And when you're not doing your part, you know?
That's true, man.
Like, it makes you feel bad.
You do feel like shit whenever you cause something bad.
Like, when it's like a major train wreck, you know, like I know I fucked up hard. Like I know I fucked up bad whenever you stop playing just to listen to everything. To go back into a spot where you can fix it, you know?
Oh,
when you're like chin 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 and you fuck up, you're like yeah, that's how I know I fucked up bad when I fucked everybody up enough for them to stop playing, listen for a bit, and then like jump back in.
It's more on boleros. Yeah. Sometimes what you'll tend to do is like you're telling me something, and then I'm like listening for it, and then like you do like a change too early and you lose the beat, and I'm like wait, espérate. Dun, 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 you know, so I kind of tell you to chill.
And I'm like, oh shit. Anyways.
So as I was saying. Yeah. No, but yeah, I just, I guess I'm saying like, in some ways you still have to present yourself at a gig, because you're there to do your job. I mean, I feel like you show up. Yeah, like obviously we all do this for money. Anybody that says they don't do it for money, like they're lying.
I'm like. Sell it to me, bro. Like, if you don't want it.
Yeah, right? Is that like, oh, I come here because I'm a performer. Like, okay, cool. But, like, you're doing this for money. Yeah. Like, if money wasn't involved, you probably wouldn't be here, you know? Because, I mean, to be honest, I do it, too, for money. But, like, at the same time, that's also the reason I don't stop. Like, because I also want to be here because I like doing this, right? So that's why I haven't stopped yet, you know? So, point is... present yourself, I guess. I don't know what my point is. We just started talking.
Yeah, it's just our opinion, you know. Like, don't sound shitty. Like, buy a tuner. You know, it's kind of crazy how people back then used to work.
What do you mean?
Imagine yourself un charro. I don't know, 1950s.
Okay.
No, not even. Let's go even more. 1930s, 1920s.
1930s. Okay.
You don't have GPS.
Oh yeah, I've had this thought all the
You
time.
don't have a tuner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have like, I don't know if there were companies back then, or like, you know, like an actual instrument seller. Because I know back then, like, if you ask someone like, "Hey, where's your instrument from?" Like, sounds really good. Like, "Oh, listen, mi tío." You know, like someone that
Like
they
someone
know.
just made the instrument.
There's nothing specific you can go to be like, you know.
Let me ask you this: did early Vargas know how to read music? Did Dr.
No.
G cover that? They couldn't read music, right?
No, I remember. Well, I've
Oh,
heard
it wasn't
stories.
through Silvestre, right?
Yeah,
Kinda
what was
fixed all that
through
shit?
Ruben Fuentes?
No, but Silvestre like almost made it a requirement. No,
No,
like,
that was Ruben Fuentes.
Was it?
I want to say with Ruben. It could be wrong, but it was when those two guys were together.
When they hooked up. And
Yeah, because
or started. Okay.
But I've heard, I think Miguel Martinez say something about like when you're recording with like Pedro Infante and stuff, like it was a lot of like different arreglos. So they had to learn to read, so because they couldn't memorize all the music for one album, you know.
Yeah,
so they had to like write it down.
Actually read music.
And then it got even more intense when Ruben came in, and then he was
started
like
making arreglos, like crazy ass arreglos.
Because apparently some of the guys, I don't know. These are stories that I hear. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I just heard that, you know, a lot of guys got fired when Ruben came in because they didn't want to learn how to do all that.
To be honest, I'd be mad as hell. Because like if I was in Vargas and then some dude comes in and he's like, you got to read music. I'm like, for what? I'm doing the damn thing, you know.
Yeah.
Let me be, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy too. Because apparently before Ruben's time, like a lot of the arreglos where everything was the same thing. There was one
part
El Rey. There was one ella. There was one son de whoever, you know. Until Ruben came in, he's like, I want to do this. You know, he started doing different stuff.
Fancy shit. Yeah.
And so like that's when everything started spreading out. It was like the timeline, and then I can't give Loki spoilers, but you know, it just started. Everything started like branching out.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty crazy. Like a lot of those changes are very recent. If you think about it.
No, yeah, it was like because the more you look at it, like Mariachi hasn't been around nearly as long as orchestra and you know band and even like choir, just normal singing. I mean, original singing from medieval times. Like it's been around for so long. Yeah. So Mariachi hasn't had the time to grow, but it has grown a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's taught in schools now, so it's grown a lot. But yeah, you think about it like back then, like
how do you tune? Like let's say you're recording for like Jorge Negrete, who's from like an oldest time. Someone just like who has a closer like el la más afinado.
But how do you even know if
that's what I'm saying, you know?
How is that la afinado?
Exactly. You know? It's just like, this sounds right, you know?
Tuning forks?
Yeah, but what if you don't have one?
How do you know that's
Or what if you don't have the ear for it? Ni modo que vayas a un señor like, me lo afina? And the señor's gonna be like, fuck you, like, you know? I have heard like other stuff, like, you know, when you're gonna record something.
Yeah.
Like they would ask the singer like, how do you feel today? Like sing your highest note, and they would sing that. They would tune to that to his register.
Huh.
I've heard about that.
I mean, I can understand like tuning by ear and just being like, okay, what do you sound like, and tune up to him.
Yeah.
But that's very true. Like, I feel like just like with everything, everybody was just winging it.
Yeah.
They were just.
Maybe, I don't know.
There was no structure yet, so you could really get away
or
with
like, you
anything.
know, like, can you imagine they were like we're meeting at the racetrack, right? 1:30. And then sale otro jale. How are you going to tell all your mates? You know?
Send an owl or something.
I've heard stuff
Potter.
about like, you know, whoever has a trumpet, they have to like call out or something like that. I think Dr. G told me that story, like cuando era tiempo de ir a trabajar, like the trumpet player would go into like La Plaza and they're like,
play what?
I don't know. But it would be like an Avengers theme, I would guess. Like todos debían salir, you know?
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, that's very true. Because I looked at this like a couple years ago, like so many times that we've been going to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do we get there?
Exactly.
Even if you go, okay, you could be like, oh, well, you could just call the person and tell them where to go. Okay, what about before phones?
Yeah. Or like,
like
going from place to place to gig, you know? Like, let's say you have a gig in Fort Worth and I gotta go to Arlington. There were no cars back then.
Yeah, like,
and then that's how I know that, you know, hard players for a minute were about to go extinct because no one wanted to carry a harp. They invented the guitarrón, and they're like, well, I'm gonna take this shit. This is a lot simpler.
Yeah.
And like imagine like estás cargando un muerto basically.
Yeah.
You're like carrying it on your back or whatever you have. And tu burrito just like
For real, dude. Imagine actually that's kind of gangster. You show up in a donkey to a gig with your harp strapped to the back.
Or con un caballo, like you have like I can imagine that, you have like a horse to like travel and then you have a little burrito with a little car where you have all your instruments.
Yeah, it's like your U-Haul.
Yeah.
That's what Cantinflas did.
They're pretty cool.
Cantinflas had his horse to ride, and he had the donkey for all his shit.
Yeah.
So it's like Chevy Silverado, U-Haul. It's the exact same concept. You know what I mean?
Connected.
Yeah.
You're looking for the ¿cómo se llama? When you connect the blinkers and shit.
Yeah. Like when you're towing it. Yeah. So that the lights work. Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know, man.
That was crazy. I always think about that. Like, I'm sometimes just chilling. I'm like, I'm having this whole like.
Yeah. And how much were they getting paid? That's the other thing.
I mean, I've learned from the jiu-jitsu that we get paid like, un costal de arroz, un costal de something. Because, I mean, back then, it's not like you live in a little house, que no tiene electricidad or anything. You need to pay bills.
That's true.
You just need food.
Yeah.
Or you need X cosa, which you can be like, play an hour, you give me like un jaboncito, and like, un shampoo. Jabonzote.
I think we were talking about. We were talking about this a little bit. Whereas, like, if you were born in any other era, where would you live? And I'm like, well, they all have their drawbacks.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, if you look at it in a mariachi standpoint,
1900s is like the worst to go back to. There's like constant war.
You could die from the Spanish flu or something.
From the 1930s.
There's no healthcare. No like rights.
Everything was experimental back then. Like.
What do you mean experimental?
Like it's not like. It wasn't a for sure fact. This would cure you. They were just like, oh, si conoces te curas. They were like Mexicans.
Oh, that's true. Like, they would throw leeches on you, thinking you have too much blood.
Yeah, like going back, it's even worse. Like it's even worse because of there's like the medicine isn't as advanced, so they'd be like, your knee gets infected. We don't have to cut that shit out. We don't know how to like, like.
He's like, bro, you're not too attached to your knee or anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean.
It's like, hey, you like pirates, right?
Well, how'd you like to look like one? Aye, matey, And they cut it off. They're all like,
or like,
it's kind of cute, bro. To be honest, like, it's not that bad.
Like, bro, you look kind of bad right now. Like, you have history in your,
Yeah.
Or like, I know it used to be like, or like the Civil War stories. Like they wouldn't just cut it off, or like when they cut off your knee, they wouldn't just like saw it off. Like sometimes they got like a little. Like it had like claws like that, and they put it between your kneecaps and then spread that shit, and then they would tear up your leg, and you were awake for that, for everything they did.
I'm not going back. That's the thing, dude. Yeah, there's always those girls that are like, I wish I was. You've seen the Twitter post.
Oh yeah, you're like, I should be born in the 50s.
Yeah, like
you had no rights. Like
I was born in the wrong generation, and it's like, no, like you don't want to live back there. Yeah, like the pictures are cute or whatever. Like, but you don't want to live back there.
The only one that had a good time was a white man.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, like if you were anything other than white, I mean, low key like today, but like whenever you like. Are of a different race, you're not gonna be living a good life, But that's very true. Like, cause honestly, if someone told me like, when would you live, and I'm like, well, who's now? Ya que we're already here, I don't want to go back.
You're used to this, cause there's still a lot of shit going on today. I mean, you can see it all the time,
And anytime you go though,
but you're used to it compared to going. The farther you go back, the worse it gets. Yeah,
it's true.
And it's like you go even. Like, I don't know, before Christ, you're gonna get eaten by a saber tooth, like something wants to fuck you up, like.
And in those days, there's no charros. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
¿Cómo vas a trabajar? Like, pescando frijol, te vas a morir. You're not used to that shit. Like,
you could play harp. There was harps back then.
Yeah, but not like 2 days.
They probably had them like at a party too, like just like a harp player, todo solito,
Well, maybe I don't know.
You could be
only one way to find that.
You could pull up and play La Bamba.
Right, what the fuck is that?
Blow everybody's mind, dude. They're just like, he's so good, dude. And then they think you're a witch and hang you.
Yeah. They're like, you can't win, you know.
Yeah, there's no going back.
And then your lifespan is like 30 years, you know.
Yeah, or you're going to war at some point,
Right.
you know.
It's not good.
You would have like 12 kids, and like 3 of them die from the Spanish flu. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah,
No
you're
matter
only
how you
having
put
kids so they can work.
No AC,
You know. What I mean.
no Whataburger.
Oh, that's where you got me. Right. That's where I draw the line. You know.
It's like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah. You don't shower all the time. You know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't.
I mean,
do that
even
now.
people now, when you live in a pueblito, you have to shower in a river. Can you imagine in winter, dude? You have to like go crack ice to like.
I think you just wouldn't shower,
Well, somewhere.
so everybody's
Yeah.
just musty as hell. Yeah.
Like those British in the hundreds. I don't know.
And you probably. How do you brush your teeth?
I don't know. They didn't. That's why they had like black teeth and shit. Oh, it always like
Fuck,
there's
man.
like have you heard los peces en el río?
Peces en el río.
There's like la virgen lava pañal. I'm like, can you imagine
in the
those-
river.
Yeah.
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, la virgen lava pañales something. But can you imagine like, cause diapers back then were like cloth,
Cloth.
so you had to wash them.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine this kid had like massive diarrhea? You have to clean that shit in the river.
Oh,
Every time I
man.
hear that lyric, I'm sorry if I ruined that song for
And
you guys.
then, and then there's like a dude showering on the other side of the river.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
he's getting the water and then he just sees the turd. Like, he's like,
He's like little corn, the little corn things.
Oh,
you know,
no.
you're like, shit.
motherfucker had Chipotle right before. Yeah, motherfucker.
Or you see someone peeing in the river. You're like, it was very unsanitary.
Point is, I wouldn't want to live back
Yeah.
then. Because, I mean, like, you're right. You're just kind of used to
Like, I know Sylvester and Gaspar were musty in those pictures they took, you know?
TBH. TBH, man. Because, yeah, like, it was a different time. First of all, they didn't know how to read. They were probably... right now, people are being like... They're like, just caimanes. They took my money. Can sabe que. Back then, they were probably like, bro, they barely gave me, like, a bag of rice, dude. Like, that's it? Like, we played 18 hours, dude? Like, in a bag of rice? Not even a coffee?
Like, they weren't kidding when they were like, tengo hambre, you know, in that video.
Which one?
Del Vargas.
Del Vargas, yeah.
Like, no, bro, we're starving. Like,
Maybe that's why we're so adamant about wanting food at the gigs. Because back then, traditionally, there was no food.
It's ¿cómo se
You know?
llama? It's genetic instinct. Like,
Yeah, like our ancestors were hungry, bro, at the gig, and no había, way. Fuck, man.
That's wild.
Because then that makes me think, okay, then what's the stereotype on drinking at gigs? Where they say, like, mariachis son todos borrachos. When did that start?
Jorge Negrete. Like, you never seen his movies. He's always
Is
he's always at a cantina drinking. Vicente,
You think
Yeah,
that's
there-
where the stereotype started?
I
Like,
mean,
for real,
no,
for real?
I mean, I think that's for every musician.
Because well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in order for there to be a stereotype, somebody has to see it and then
Yeah.
replicate it.
Or it's mainly for movies then, yeah.
Because I do remember seeing those movies, and when they're singing, yeah, pues están tomando. Especially Chente. Chente has a shitload of them like that, like cantando en una cantina, like with just a guitar, but the whole mariachi sounds.
It's doing concerts, bro. You've seen that video of
No,
him
yeah,
just
yeah.
chugging that bottle. I'm
But
like,
that's more recent. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's more recent. I'm talking about like when this shit started. So like when
I mean,
did-
it's also it's where they work, you know.
yeah.
Like you're there, like what do you expect them to do after, you know? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like let's say you work at McDonald's, what are you gonna do after? You get some McDonald's, pues ahí está, you know.
I guess.
You're at a cantina, you're like, pues un trago ya está aquí, you know. He's like, what? This isn't enough to pay the bills, but it's enough for a shot.
True that.
That's what I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna correct us in this world.
Someone mad as fuck right now commenting like
Dr. G's like, no prendieron nada, ojete. She's like,
Dr. G's like he's like I'm setting up the presentation right now. Like yeah, I'm making the PowerPoint. So I can
Yeah.
educate you, motherfucker.
Cause I'm making another PowerPoint like what CharroBeans and shit. He's like,
All the inaccuracies that we're just spreading out here.
it's like, oh, he sends us like what's the thing? The sightings is like, or like where
Oh, the
all the inaccuracies is like minute 5:28.
is that
like
like, oh
second-
yeah.
Second
the
one.
corrections.
Second one is like 5:30. Like, dang.
Damn, man, we're just trash today. No, but I mean, I know for sure it was probably tough as hell to gig, man. It's nothing like today. It's kind of like Arturo said in his episode, like everybody has everything available to them.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because like I see that in school right now. It's like they really do have everything. Like, oh, I don't know this song. Look it up on YouTube. Like, or look it up on Spotify.
I mean, it really like there's a lot of ways to really take advantage of it. I remember at Seafood Shack, they asked for Un Día Nublado. And I was like, fuck, no me acuerdo. So I took my phone out and I'm just kind of
like listening to the music?
I'm like, okay, primera, segunda, no terceras, okay. Like, si sale.
Yeah.
And Arturo's doing the same thing, but he's like, no me voy a acordar, But that's
but that and with lyrics.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with lyrics. You could just read it off. And some people, they want to say, oh, but that's disrespectful. But it's like, bro, they're going to give us $20 if we play this. Like, might as well.
I mean, that's why in El Talón, people don't really care about the music. That's why a lot of people in Talón, they try to cut the music as much as they can. Because they don't care about the music. They care about the singing. They want to hear, like,
whatever words they like to sing.
Yeah,
so like,
because they want to sing along to it. They don't care about the music.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like Talón is about how many songs you can play.
Yeah, it really is. Because, I mean, that's how you make the most money.
Like, dude, in the group I used to work for this, everything was, like, super fast and super cut. Like, Hermoso Cariño. And then, like, así, no, like...
Right into the verse. Damn.
Like, it was everything, like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Well, ain't a long time, because, like, fuck.
Yeah, you used to tell me, man. You used to get home, like, if you got home.
If I got home,
If you got home, yeah.
Eso sí era chinga. Yeah, si no mamás.
But yeah, man, like there is so much that musicians today can take advantage of. Like if you even today too, like if you don't know an arreglo, that shit's online somewhere. You know what I mean? You just look it up and you'll see the violin part, the voice part, the trumpet part. Like it's all there.
I mean, I don't think it's that easy. If you're gonna like un arreglo like specific, I feel like you can find an arreglo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're at Talón and you just need something real quick. How many times has Boyo pulled out his phone? And like in the middle, just to at least see the part, you know what I mean? Which helps you out, if you have no idea how it goes and you don't want to just wing it, I mean, you just look at the music; it's right there, You could listen to it on Spotify, YouTube. You could watch someone do it. There's tutorials on YouTube. That's one thing that people have asked me too. Like they'll be like, "Hey, like so, say who would you recommend?" I'm like, "Well, just look it up, bro. Like literally, just look up, whatever song you're looking for, Vihuela tutorial, and it's gonna be there because like people are just so into doing it now. There's so much that you could take advantage of now. GPS, just getting
weather.
paid.
Just looking at the weather. Can you imagine? You're like, los veo en la Plaza Garibaldi, and like it has like a open top. Y empieza a llover. You're like,
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably still do it.
Would you do it?
Play outside?
Yeah, me estaba culeando on that gig on Saturday. They started raining.
Yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't do that. It's not even because of me. It's just the instrument,
Because, our instruments aren't meant to get wet.
Yeah.
They're just not. Like, so when it started, like, drizzling this past weekend, I was like...
I was slowly backing up, like...
Yeah, it's because it's just... They don't go together. It's just not a good thing to put them together. So that's why you have to take care of your instrument.
Like, it drives me nuts a lot when, clients don't look at that. I mean, I understand that they're very they're very ignorant about it.
Yeah.
Like, they look at a trumpet like, what's that? Se va a mojar nada más, It has a coat on it. No pedo. For an instrument, like a wooden instrument especially, like, I know, like, that day, like, when the droplets fall on the pegs, like, pues la madera absorbs that water. Se hincha. So I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm using all my strength to tune it. Your instrument can crack, it can. They're not good things.
And it's things that the client doesn't really look at. So unless you say something, they won't care.
Yeah. And you know what's another thing? Right. When it's like cold as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then like you're getting out the van and you're like, oh, bro.
Oh, that's coming up, bro.
And then the client with the coat and like the vest and like una cobija, they're like, ¿Tiene frío? You're like, güey, like, a ver, pues quítase la chamarra.
That's coming up, bro, because I remember a couple years ago we did that, and I think you were there. we went to a gig and they had a bonfire.
Yeah.
And they were all around the fire.
They just left us out of
and
it.
they put us on the outside of the fire. And the whole time they were like, "Tiene frío?" I'm like, "You're right next to the damn fire." Like, and then not only that, we were cold, but we left out of there like smelling like leña. So it's just like a lose-lose situation. Like now we smell like shit and we're cold.
And like I said, trajes are not made for cold or
hot.
Like they're just made to look like we're charros, or like it's like
if they had like a way to wear like a real jacket on top of your jacket, would you wear it if it looked official, like in some way? I'm talking about putting like if it's cold as hell, like a jacket that almost has like gala on it too, or something that I would.
I don't think I would.
Hell yeah, when it's cold.
When I'm picturing it, doesn't look very good. It looks like you're trying to like like that shirt with a charro outfit. I feel like I would look like that,
I don't know. I
would wear a jacket in general.
I want to
like
feel better.
Jacket.
I just want to feel better, like not as cold.
That's why you wear like I wear thermals on there.
I mean, yeah, it helps, but it's still cold.
Sarapes do not help unless there's like the thick ass ones. You know what I mean?
Because I mean, when it's cold too, like your legs get cold. So I used to wear like pajamas under my traje too, but then it makes them even tighter. So I'm over here like,
we wear double socks. I told you about that.
Yeah, double socks. Yeah, that does work.
Yeah.
Because botines are not made for cold weather either, hot or cold weather. Point is, like, our whole attire isn't made for anything other than looking like a mariachi. But it really doesn't work for anything else.
Should do charro chat.
Should we? We didn't talk about the weekend.
Oh, it was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend.
We got money. And I got water. Did you get water? No, you did. Yeah,
I did.
Sarah sent me a snap.
It was kind of cold, though.
For real?
Yeah. And I was kind of pumped because when I pulled up for Whataburger, like, the line was actually kind of short. It still took a long time, but it was kind of shorter than usual. So I was like, chingon. And then I got home, and the burger was a little cold. I still ate it. I was hungry, dude.
Yeah, mine smacked.
Because we only ate at that gig, that last one, and it was just like a pata de pollo and some rice.
But tienen carnitas. You didn't get any of that?
Yeah, but nothing, like, bums me out more than, like, dry carnitas.
Oh, it was dry?
It was dry. Because, carnitas aren't meant to be, like, a healthy food. They're meant to be, like, greasy, like, juicy, and it's got, like, the little cuerito on the inside. Like, that's the way to eat carnitas. Like, it can't be good for you, or it has to be bad for you. It has to be, like, a cholesterol bomb. You know what I mean? So, when it's not, like, it was carnitas, tasted like pork and everything, but it was dry. Like, le faltaba, like, just it needed that grease.
You like una salsita?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right, but... Yeah. That was
I saw que tenían todo el puerco muerto, like on a whole fucking... Well, it wasn't like, the whole animal, but it was like a lot of meat, like in a...
In a hielera?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that's usually how they put it, yeah.
Like,
but then it smells. That's what sucks. The hielera will just smell like fart. Because, like, pork doesn't smell the greatest after it gets cold. It kind of smells like fart. But they did have this really good agua de sandía. That's my favorite agua, dude.
They have a good one at Tres Huetos. It's really good.
Might get some.
And
because my favorite is when it has like chunks or where like it's chunky.
I don't know what that one had, but I remember they even put like they try to make it like I don't know like como preparado. So they have like like
chamoy shit?
Yeah.
That doesn't go with it.
It kind of does. I liked it.
I just like the sweetness. That's why. Sandia's good, bro.
I mean, all fruits are good.
Not all fruits. I don't like papaya.
You like papaya?
You like papaya?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. My mom likes it. Anything my mom likes. I'm pretty because my mom's gonna be like, no, it's good for you for this A, B, and C. Like it's very good for you, and I'm like, bleh. Like she always tells me like, ¿Te gusta el celery? How do you say celery in Spanish? It's called
salario.
Apio. Is it? Yeah. He says like, ¿Te gusta el apio? And I'm like, which one's that one? She's like, celery, and I'm like, ugh, like hell no.
Yeah, that one I do hate a little bit.
Yeah, it just tastes like soap.
I don't even eat it with peanut butter. Like, she's like, you chewing it and it's like strands.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're eating like paja or something, you know. Like, and it has like a chemical taste for some reason, you know.
It just tastes like soap. Like it's not good, bro. It's not good. Anybody who eats celery and enjoys it something wrong with you, like
You're like you're a
physically
psychopath.
and mentally, you know. But yeah, let's do charro chat, charro chat, charro chat, charro chat. Thank you guys for submitting some questions. We got a lot today. Earn Crab 392 says, "How do you deal with balancing going to school and playing in a group?" Just do it, bro. To be honest.
Yeah, like
um,
you're like I'm done gigging. No, I gotta study.
yeah.
I'm done studying. I gotta go gig.
To be honest, it does take a little bit of planning. Obviously, if you know you're gonna be playing all night, then have a day that you know you can study. If you have homework, do that prior beforehand. Because I realized, like when I was in college and I would have performances and stuff, I knew that after the gig, I was less inclined to do my work, like homework or assignments, because I'm tired.
Yeah.
All I want to do is eat, sleep, like watch a movie. I want to relax after a gig because you're gonna be so drained from playing all this time. So I tended to do my assignments and homeworks and all that before because I knew I wasn't gonna get to it. And if my dumb ass was procrastinating, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it after. I wouldn't do it. I got a 0.
Yeah.
That's why I got a D in bio, to be honest. But yeah, it was. That's the only way I can tell you, like, to balance it for sure.
I feel like just get your work done before the weekend. You know.
Yeah,
Because the weekend is not unless you have a hotspot, which is what Boya used to do.
Yeah.
You know, he used to do his. But we had a ban.
Yeah.
I don't. Some of you guys have to drive to gigs.
Yeah.
So like, but like if you're in a van, it's always good to maybe invest in a hotspot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it expensive to have a hotspot?
I've never had one before. I just have it on my phone, so I just use it.
Right. But I mean, sometimes you need like stronger, or like you need to connect your laptop to it. No. So that will help a lot more. But you know, yeah, just have it done before the weekend and stuff. Cause I think that's what I used to do. Whatever test I had, like do on a Sunday or Saturday, I would do it like on a Friday before going to work. You know.
Yeah, it's because you know you're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, and it could be like, say that weekend we only have it till 11 or something. Like, you know, we work till 11, and you're like, okay, well I'll do it after, and then like as 11 turns into 1 a.m, and then you end up getting home at 2, and now you're fucked because you're like, well, I shouldn't have put this off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it very much is like figuring out when you know you're not gonna absolutely do anything and do it beforehand. I think that was for me what it was. Or you could do what I probably almost always did, is procrastinate and then do it last minute, because I'm just the worst.
Procrastinating is not a bad motivator, you know.
What do you mean?
You have all this anxiety and you just want to finish. You're like,
it does get some take some getting used to, but you do have to do it. Try not to. One thing for sure: don't let mariachi make the rest of your life suffer. I guess I can say that.
Right, mariachi. If you're going to school for whatever degree, mariachi is not a priority. You know.
Yeah.
Like that's your job and all, but like.
Yeah.
Like. It's not gonna no te va a mantener toda tu vida.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm hoping you're not playing on that, because eso es mis respetos if you're trying to do that.
Because I say that because there are some people that will put gigging and making money with mariachi on top of everything. So at the end of the day, you are much more than a mariachi. You also have your personal life. You also have like other things that you want to do, whether it's like visiting your family or hanging out with your girl, your boy, or whatever. Hanging out with friends. Like, don't make mariachi the ultimate priority. I feel like some people prioritize making money like all the time. So they'll take every single gig. They'll take every single thing. And I realize now I don't like gigging on Sundays because I'd rather prioritize my time to do something else. Like whether it's like school related or if it's just hanging out with my wife or my family. Like I'd rather do that because, like, to be honest, you're going to have gigs forever. If you're a mariachi now, you're probably going to have a gig.
Yeah.
You can get a gig whenever.
Make sure your boss is aware of that. You know, you're in school. You might miss
another thing
here and there. You know.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, for the most part, they understand. You know, cause older bosses, you know, they're living off of it. They know it's a hard life, so they know, like, they understand you wanting to better yourself. You know, at least in my experience, people are like, you know, yeah, they're like, you know, good job, you're going to school.
Right.
So, you know. Let them know. Don't just be like, hey, I have a test. Tomorrow I can't go. You know, that's also kind of irresponsible.
Because then they're going to be like, well, what the hell? Like, you're in this group.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of the times you do have to make sure that your boss, whoever, at least knows your situation. So try to balance all that out. Have lots of communication, I guess, is what I can say. Like, just be honest, straight up. Like, but at least let them know, because if you can't go, someone's gonna have to go for you. You know. So just find a balance, is what I'm saying. I know you're asking, like, basically, how do you balance it? But I'm saying, actually look for it. Look, prioritize what you need to prioritize, and then just figure it out. That's as much as I can tell you. Yeah. And you're not the only one that's done it. Like, we've all fucking done it. So, he also asked another question. So he said, how do you deal with not getting the gig or not making it into the group? Well, realistically, there's so many groups, dude. So most of the time you can find someone else, or you could just find someone else to gig with. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many groups that you can gig with, or you can just make your own group with your boys. So don't let it be the end of the world. If anything, just get better. Practice. Go home. Practice. Listen to music. Get better at your own instrument, and then, try again later. It's not the end of the world, to be honest. Like, there's so many groups out there, man. Like, that's as much as I can say. Thickum is Prime says, I like that name. Do y'all have any nicknames in general, or when y'all are gigging? I don't think we do.
Where are you getting these questions from?
From here.
Oh, I saw.
Let's do it.
I'm like, where's this question at?
Yeah, he says, like, do y'all have any nicknames in general?
I mean, for Sammy, I kind of just shorten it. I call him Sam.
He calls me Sam.
When I need something urgent, I'm like, Sam. But that's pretty much it.
No, I think he means, like, we've talked about this before, but like
we don't have cool nicknames.
We don't have. How do you get one?
You just
someone has to call you.
Someone just calls you something, and then it just sticks. It's usually something that you don't want it to be.
Like something derogatory towards you.
Like, someone will call me flaco, or
I heard someone call someone el dientes because he had like
crooked teeth.
Yeah. So they call him el dientes.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens.
That's true. If you have like an insecurity, they'll probably most likely point that out, and that'll be your nickname. But I've never been called anything. The only thing people started calling me recently was Buki. El Buki, because I had long hair. Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now
so
you're
now
cutie.
Buki, cutie. No.
Oh, my bad. We're on the air. My bad. No, but for sure that's what they used to. I've always just been called Sammy. We're just called. Yeah, El Sammy. Like if it's a Mexican, like you'll be like, oh, El Sammy. And I'm like, why'd you put the L? It's just me,
I don't have a. Like I said, they just shortened my name. They call me Vic.
Yeah, Dick. I call him Dictor. But
it's not stick. Oh, that did stick for a while. It
stuck for a little bit to Dictor. Or Thicktor, because you were working out, so Thicktor.
Still working out.
Yeah, so if y'all have some nicknames for us, go ahead and let us know, because we don't know. Freddie Trujillo says, who else takes a dump at the chamba? Have you ever done
I've never done that.
You never had to?
I've had to, yeah.
I can't remember a time I did, but I know I've done it before. Because I would rather not, but if I absolutely have to, like I have to.
I guess I can see.
Like I have to.
Because I have like a nervous bladder type of thing.
You struggle to pee?
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, like if I have some, like fuck. Yesterday, when I went to the gym, like I was peeing. Oh, I was getting there, like kind of like Los Acas, and you're like it's building up. Okay. And then this guy just goes to the stall right next to me, bro. There's like 4 stalls.
And he goes to
the one next to me, and I just felt it. I couldn't go. Myself was just like.
And then did he walk up and it was just like. Yeah.
No, he was just on his phone the whole time, and he was like leaning on it. So I felt like he was really
while
tall.
he was peeing.
Yeah. And then
gross.
He was a lot taller than me. He had to be like 6 something. So I knew if he, for whatever reason, he looked my way, he's gonna see me in my.
He's gonna see all of you, bro. Yeah. In your glory.
Yeah. So I was just,
and if you were working out, it's probably like.
Yeah. So, no, I just got there, but I was just like,
Yeah.
And then I pretend to wash my hands. I waited for him to leave, and I'm like.
No, okay, so mine's not like that. Mine's more like if I have to go pee and I go to a urinal or something, sometimes I gotta work up a stream. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't not just automatically come out. Sometimes you gotta work it up, right? So I'm just there like waiting, for it to come. But if someone else pulls up and they just drop and they're like fucking like that makes me kind of nervous because I'm like fuck, like I was standing here before he got there, and the fact that I still haven't gone and this motherfucker's like halfway done, he's gonna be like, "You took your way,"
Yeah.
So like I'm just like, hurry up, like, and then ya sale. But chichorrito, way. I always have to be like a little bit. It's just like a. Anyway,
That sounds like a prostate problem.
I'm calling my doctor as we speak. But no. But yeah, like to take a dump at a gig only if I had to. I can't tell you guys, to be honest, like an actual instance where I've done it, but I know I've done it, and it's always like the fastest dump ever. It's like because I don't want anybody to walk in, like it's someone's house, so you don't know like if you could just push the door to open or something, even though it's locked. That's happened before. We talked about it on here.
I always hate when they grab the knob and it's locked, so they just kind of like they know it's locked, but they're like.
Yeah, and they see that the light is on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, like, it's to make it that someone's in there, right? Or you make your voice real low, like, ocupado, Like,
ocupado.
Ocupado.
You change your accent. Está ocupado acá. Like.
Está ocupado, oye, chico, está ocupado. But yeah, like, that is very true. It's like, bro, if you see that it's locked and the light's on... I'm taking the dumb.
It's like, what do you think, bro? Que la puerta se va a culear. Like, okay, ya voy a abrir, Like,
right, the door is like, just take it easy, man.
Yeah, like,
just opens itself.
Come in, please. Like,
I'm like, my bad. He opens himself up. But yeah, I can't tell you guys exactly when I've done it, but I'm pretty sure I have. Like, I had to. I absolutely had to. Sorry to whoever's toilet I blew up, but what else? And then we'll do one more because we have a lot. We're running out of time. Rogelio3 says, if you had to choose a color of traje to wear for your group, what color would it be? Any color. I guess with Allende, like, whoa. I've told this to my boss already, but red.
Right, you said red.
I liked red. Red just looks clean as hell, dude. It just does. We had it for a little bit with Imperial way back in the day. I only wore it like 5 times, but it looked clean as hell. It looked like I actually felt like I looked good in it. But yeah, I'd say red, or like a nice deep looking red, which just looked like a couple of chiles. You know what I mean? And then
I think mine will be like a brown type.
Brown? Like what kind of brown?
Like chocolate brown.
Like Hershey's? Like Hershey's brown?
No, a little bit lighter than that. Like that. Like your case.
That's maroon.
Oh, it looks brown to me. Fuck.
Colorblind.
No, the other one. Are they both maroon?
They're both maroon.
Oh, shit.
Stupid. Like that?
Yeah. Like como de gamuza, I think that would look pretty cool. Like the Camperos one that's like kind of brownish.
That one looks like carrots.
No, that's orange. You're talking about the orange one?
Yeah. Oh, they have a brown one?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a brown one, de gamuza.
Yeah.
You like that?
I think that looks pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, I like the darker tone on it.
Oh, then it's kind of like this, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
But with like gamuza.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
Seems a little basic to me. Like if I'm gonna wear a traje, I want to look like like a peacock. Peacock just has all these colors and he looks all legit, Like I feel like a red would just pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired of the blue.
Yeah, the blue's a little toned down for me, I think.
Just for me, because most groups that I've been in have blue trajes. When I think about it, I'm used to too much blue.
Oh, I guess.
So like, I feel like a darker tone. Like that's what attracts me right now. If I see in a brown traje, like watch out. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I guess. We'll do one chat of confession, dude. We went over time. We didn't even talk about the weekend. This is crazy. Chat of confession. Farted on the chama, or at the chama. I think you meant at the chama. Blamed it on the 70-year-old compañero. Everyone believes me. It's kind of fucked up. Because you expect it from him. They're probably like, che viejillo.
Yeah,
cabrón,"
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
and-
ya no están sus seis sentidos or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So like the fact that you blamed it on him, I'm not saying. Oh, I probably would too.
You're like, I'm not saying it's right,
but I understand.
you know?
Yeah. Because I mean, at least you could blame it on him, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I get it." But if it's like you, it's like, "Cochino marrano, güey, no- here, bro, really?" Like to you, and I'm like,
Shit.
That's
we
true.
used to have a guy in the last group.
That you
It
were
was always the last group I was in that was like going
doing
through
some stupid shit.
bro. Like we were some head ass people.
Okay.
Like the boss would like drop a bomb, like it's like
Well, he was driving, no, or something like that.
no, like we would just be talking. No, it was. I remember it was at the planta. The planta has like a little like stage thing,
Uh-huh.
and we're just kind of like chilling there. And then I just see him like kind of like back up. You know, he's not the type to do that because he loves conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like,
What are you doing, bro?
I'm like, what is like,
Oh.
like, dude, that guy was, quién sabe qué comía que olía a muerte, o sea, like, dude, I was like, that's the strong, eso te pegaba en la cara como, fuck, no es de acordarme, me mareo. I'm
Like onions and ketchup?
what?
No.
I guess, I don't know.
No.
Point is, the smell would be unbearable.
It was
like,
what's poignant? Poignant?
yeah, whatever you're trying to say.
Poignant? I can't say the
It's muy
word.
potente, you know?
Yeah, it was potent.
And-
That's what,
yeah,
okay, something
and
like
his
that.
brother would be like, no, hombre, te estás muriendo, güey. Like, you gotta go to the doctor. Like, I mean, it's his brother, so he could tell him, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, I need a breather, bro.
It
Like,
should smell like last week's shit.
that shit,
Oh, man.
that shit had to come with premio, bro. Like, you just adding those like that. Like, those could be like weaponized. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mustard gas is like,
For real. Motherfuckers' eyes be burning and shit.
yeah.
Fuck, man, that's true.
Yeah, that was,
No, pues, está cabrón.
that was you, bro. Right? Whoever the confession.
Yeah, you're right. Just like, my bad. Salió premio. Ah, man. So we're getting towards the end here, guys.
This is the end.
This is the end. Thank you guys for listening this far. If you're still here and you're listening to us, hope you enjoyed this latest episode of CharroBeans podcast, a Mariachi podcast. As we move forward, we're getting closer to the cold, so I'm very excited.
Winter is coming.
Winter. I'm excited for the thing in El Paso, man. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty
Yeah, the
exciting.
festival. So we'll be out there if you guys are there. Gonna be in El Paso. If you guys want to come out, it's like a little conference. We'll be there. We'll be there live, talking to all the people
Come
that are
out,
there.
say hi
Come out and say hi.
to Sammy. No, I mean,
But yeah, we're excited. Thank you for listening to this episode. Again, go out, like, subscribe, follow, rate, share, comment, all those things. All of that stuff really helps us out, helps us grow the podcast, and anything for you here at the end.
just thank you guys for the support. Really appreciate you guys. Yeah, come again.
Come again. Thank you. Come again. So we'll see you guys next week, and you guys have a great rest of your week.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Oh, shit, what's that?
I love you. All right. I'll see you guys later.